Welcome to the Knitter's Notebook podcast, page who knows. That's usually what I say. Now, I am Hexann. You can find me on Ravelry as HaxannKnits, and on yes, that's right. I got it right. You can find me on Instagram as HaxannKnits. This is a knitting podcast and about knitting and sewing today, so that's good. So I haven't done this in a while because days and time. It's been very busy. We got a puppy, and he's actually in the other room sleeping. I think he's sleeping, so he's tired today. School is starting up. I'm taking classes at the community college for a dual enrollment for my last year of high school, and that started yesterday, and it was long. But knitting has been happening, and so I have a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to do that. So I have a lot of stuff, and I'm not quite sure where to start. Just this big bucket here. I will start with some smaller finished objects first. Oh, I have a new pattern. I have two new patterns actually. One is I don't have the actual socks with me, but I published a pattern called Follow the Yellow Brick Road, or Follow the Yellow Brick Path socks. Those are on Ravelry store. And I really love those socks. Maybe I can put a picture in, I don't know. Those are up, and I really love those socks. But I also published this pattern. This is the Kopftooch pattern. It is a very simple bandana, or it can be like a headband. You can also wear it as. I'll bring it closer so you can see. It's super simple and quick. It's knit out of DK yarn. It's actually knit out of Lion Brand ZZ Twist. I think just like the white colorway. Very simple name. It's got this pretty lace panel right down the center, and just these simple garter straps with this pretty yarn over detail. Hopefully you can see. That's how you do your increases. So yeah, that's up on Ravelry. And I really love it. I like having like something simple. Like a lot of my problems with shawls when I make them, if I don't make them like just the right width or depth, they don't work. So this is just very easy just to tie it. Make the straps long enough to just tie it in the back. I won't tie it now because I have a hood on this sweatshirt, so it's just gonna get messy. A pattern I have coming soon are these fingerless mitts. These are the Around the Glade mitts, I believe is the name I decided on. And this is the same rib pattern I have in my Royal socks. A very pretty eyelet rib. There's just so much fun. And it's also got this fun detail up the side of the glove. Just comes from the cuff, goes around the thumb, and then back up the hand into the top. So these fingerless mitts. These are also in a DK weight. And the yarn is, I think, Yarn Bee, Baby Bee, in the Tricycle Time colorway. They're just as fun. Almost self-striping if you knit it at the right gauge. These wet gloves are actually, they're almost matching. Just like offset just a little bit. But that's fine. So these will be coming soon, probably sometime next month. I didn't say the date. It's August 27th, I believe. I didn't say the date because I usually don't know the date. And not my last finished object, but the last small finished object is this hat. This is my first really proper color work. I've done some color work in the past, but never quite like this, and I really love it. The yarn is Yarn Bee. It's like they're 100% wool base, and I think it's just white and brown colorways. And I love the The colorwork pattern, I have this problem where I keep seeing it like 2 different ways. Like right now you can see like this is like a flower. Then sometimes if you look at it differently, it's like these posts. I don't know, it's funny. And just some simple decreases. This I knit on a US size 9, which is a 5.5mm needle. I think I cast on 80 stitches, 80 or 90, and just incorporated this colorwork pattern that is in one of my pattern books. And just did regular decreases. And because it's colorwork, let's see my floats. And I think I just pulled this one. So when I go look at that one, look at it. Oh, it's really good. It's showing up really nice. Look at that. It's kind of good for not doing colorwork in a very long time. But yeah, I like them. So those are those 3 finished objects. And then I've just one more finished object. Oh, no, I have 2. I have 2. It's right next to me. I can actually see it. We'll talk about this one first. This is a little shrug that I was posting on Instagram about it. And this little shrug I came up with to kind of try out some, kind of get back into sweater knitting. I'll talk about them. I have 2 sweaters cast on, which is usually not like me, but they're going to be gifts that later in the year. So I want to get them started, and they're kind of lingering. So I needed to motivate myself, and what better way to motivate yourself to finish other things than to cast on new things. So this is just a little Raglan Shrug. It was knit out of Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity in the red clay colorway. I think I knit it on a US size 6, which is a 4mm needle. So you can see the pretty raglan, and just a little shrug. It's got like the sleeves come like right up to above my elbow. Very sparse ribbing, 1 by 1 rib, and then I've played around with some short rows, but because I was impatient, the short rows were very short, so I watched a video. If I can remember it, I'll put it below. It was really good at explaining how to get your neckline shaping, because what I thought was you did it right after the collar. I know you can do it after your shaping, after your yoke shaping, and it made so much sense, and it was just such a good video, so I'll try to put that there. So I played around with some short rows, not a lot because I was impatient, which is why it's so cropped and short. And I did a little bit of the shaping at the bottom too, but again, not a lot. So I don't think you can even see because it wants to crawl on the hanger. But, and the light's not very good. It's 6 o'clock, I think, actually. Let me check. Yeah, it's 5:54. So why am I taking it off the hanger? I don't know anymore. But that's that finished object. I finished that very recently, actually. Okay, one more finished object, and then we'll go on to works in progress. I'm kind of doing this fast because I don't have much light. People are going to be coming in here soon, and he's probably should wake up soon. His name's Perseus. He's great. Okay, so the last time I did this was not even, I don't even know if it was, I don't even remember. I remember nothing. I wanted to crochet, I wanted to crochet hexagons because Yarn Hoarder put an episode and she was doing this blanket of this yarn that wasn't in business anymore, and she was making this beautiful hexagon blanket, and I needed to crochet hexagons. What was I thinking? So I did. I had these 2 scrap colors. I had this is all, I love this yarn, they're worsted weight, and I crocheted this on it was one up from the G hook, the 5mm, so 5.5 I think. I could be wrong, because I usually am when it comes to remembering details. So I had these 2 scrap colors. I had 2 skeins of this, and I thought I had 2 skeins of this, but I remembered I had used this to knit my crossroads shawl, which is another pattern by me. So I only had 1 skein of this, and then 2 skeins of this. So I alternated, like I inverted these are not the inverted ones. I inverted the colors. You can see here. I did like 4 rounds of one, 4 rounds of one, and then a trim of the first one. That's how I did it until I ran out of, till I had to, you know, play with the yarn. So I did some solid ones. And so I did as much as I could until I ran out of yarn. Then I laid all the hexagons on the floor and started, no, I didn't do it until I ran out of yarn. I did it until I knew I couldn't get another hexagon, so essentially, but I still have some yarn left. I laid all the hexagons on the floor and thought how to put them together so that it's something functional. And this is what I got. So, you see it? And it's got this little hole here. You think, what the heck's that for? It's perfect to go around your shoulders. Look at it. Oh, it's so nice. I don't know if you can, I don't think the camera can catch up, just the way I patterned it. It's kind of like a ladybug shell. Kind of, I don't know. But it's that, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I forgot how much I liked it. I finished this a long time ago, so I just pulled it out to show, and now I can't wait for it to get cold and I can use it more. It's actually been getting really cool here, so fall's coming. I love summer. I love the heat. Well, I don't love the heat. I prefer being warm to being cold, but you know, fall's coming. Can't stop it. So whatever. Okay. Now, works in progress. Okay, so on the subject of blankets, that's what we'll talk about next. So if you remember, probably not, but I was going on about a pinwheel scrap blanket with my fingering scraps. I loved the construction. That's what I was doing. Then I came back to reality and realized I don't have a lot of fingering scrap yarns. Fingering, like sock yarn, I can't get that easily. Like I have to order it, wait for it to come. It's easier to just go to, you know, Hobby Lobby and pick out yarns. They don't really have a great fingering weight selection. So when I do get fingering weight yarn, I use socks because I love socks. So I don't have that much fingering weight yarn. But what I did have a lot of is that for my birthday, I got, I'll show the bag in a minute, I got a bunch of, let me find one with a label, of this yarn, Yarn Bee Soft Secret yarn, in a variety of colors. Got a lot of it. And this is good yarn. It's 100% acrylic, but I don't know what it is about it. It's got this sheen to it that doesn't really, I don't like it, how it looks in certain projects, mainly shawls and sweaters, gloves. I mean, it could go, I mean, it'd be fine in a glove and a hat, but I don't like it for that, so I didn't know what to do with it. I had all this beautiful yarn, I'm not sure what to do with, and I thought, well, why don't I love the pinwheel scrap blanket so much, so why don't I take all the yarn and make a pinwheel scrap blanket. And this is all my squares. I think I have like 12 here, and then I have this one that I ran out of a color and I have to finish it. I just have to whip stitch it closed. I think I have to finish the bind off too. Yeah, like 8 stitches to bind off because I ran out of yarn. So I'm just knitting all this yarn, and by all this yarn I mean this whole tote bag. This is all of it. Can you even? Those are the ones I've used, and then at the bottom is all the skeins I haven't even touched yet. So this is a very nice bag. This is a Jane Austen bag. Like it's got Jane Austen and then lyrics, words from all her books on it. This came from Little Graphs. It's the name on the pocket. So it's just in this tote bag. There's all the. All I'm doing is I'll pick a solid color. There's a pinwheel scrap blanket. It's the wrong side. But I'm just doing it in solid colors. So if you don't know what a pinwheel scrap blanket is, it's you cast on here. you do short rows to make a triangle. So you got this one triangle, and then you're supposed to switch colors, so it's very obvious, but I'm just doing it solid. So then you just do the short row reverse, so you get another triangle, and you're here, and then you just repeat that around. So you end up back here, and you bind off and sew it together. That's my seam. It's very easy and just fun to do, and it's all garter stitch. And I'm doing a slip stitch edge so that it will be easy to sew together or crochet it together. I don't have decided yet. So like I said, I have like 12 here. Just look at it and all the colors, and I'll probably have a lot. Depending on how big I make the blankets, I might be able to get 2, like maybe like a good twin size, and then maybe a baby blanket or like a lap blanket. I don't know yet. And then this has also been really great to just knit on in the car, just on car trips. So this one I have started of this red. And then I want to talk about these needles. So I was knitting this on a, I'm knitting it on a US 7, but I was knitting it on my Caspian, with my Caspian short tips from Knit Picks, on a 24-inch cord, but I needed those needles, and I realized I need more needle sizes. So I picked up this tip and cord from Hobby Lobby. They have, this is the Knitter's Pride in there. I think it's just rainbow wood, but it's really nice. Like usually I go for the metal needles, like other than my Caspian tips. I mean, they're so short that it really doesn't matter if there's any resistance on them. But these are really nice it's that wood. I don't know if that made sense, but it's just really nice. I'm surprised how slick they are. So I like working with those. Just a little bag to take with me. Just every now and then I get the urge to make a square. So there's that. Just all sits in a corner. This is definitely a long-term project. I have some dream where I get that done for Christmas. It's a dream. It's a good dream. So the last 2 works in progress. I actually have 3. I have a shawl, but it's I'm designing a shawl. It's very, not unique, but interesting construction other than just like a regular top-down triangle. It's different, and it's at a weird place, so I'm just not going to show it because I kind of have to do more work so you can see the vision that's stuck in my head that hopefully works out. So I cast on 2 sweaters. We'll get back to that. Cast on 2 sweaters, one in worsted weight, one in DK weight, and they're going to be gifts later in the year, and I'm going to show you them, and I'm so happy. So the first one is the Harvest Cardigan by Tin Can Knits. Is a lovely cardigan, worsted weight. I'm knitting it on a US size 8 out of I Love This Yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and it's color block, but it could have been a fade had I bothered to make it a fade. So I did. So first of all, I had a problem. We'll start with that. So you start with this. Your cast on exists somewhere. Here it is. You cast on here. You can't really tell because it's like a provisional cast on. And you knit this band going this way. And then you pick up the stitches for the rest of the cardigan. And you knit the yoke. Very interesting construction. I don't know if it was my row gauge. It was probably my row gauge, though I'm not sure how. It was a long time ago I cast this on, so I'm not sure really what happened. But I kept getting the wrong number of stitches. Like I think they say in the pattern to pick up, for every 2 stitches, pick up 3 stitches. That did not work for me. I kept getting the wrong number. So what I ended up having to do is just pick up what I could along it's a very pretty decorative edge, if you can see. I had to pick up what I could, just perfectly even, and then on the next row, just increase to my number of stitches. I don't know I might have had to did 2 rows, one with every stitch being picked up, being doubled, and then spread out another round. I don't remember, but I know I had to do that, something along those lines. So then I just followed it to pattern. This is the I don't remember what size it is in the pattern. It's the one up from the 47-inch bust. It's one up from that because the harvest is meant to have some negative ease, and that would have been the size I would have knit for the person I'm knitting this for. But I decided that it would probably be better to do a size up, so it's more of a big, heavy, cozy house coat thing. So it's a size up from the 47-inch bust. So I don't remember the numbers. I also think I might have done the sleeve numbers different. See, I start by following a pattern, and it kind of gets away from me. And then I wonder what went wrong. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's meant to be the harvest cardigan. It's close enough. So I started with this color, the white. I just did all the yoke in this. And then I did, so I knit the yoke first, and then I did the first stripe. This color is antique white. I knit this first stripe, and then I went to do the sleeves. So the antique white, this is linen, this is gray, and this is light gray. Very simple. Yeah, I did the sleeves to pattern like in terms of the decreases, and I just, for the sleeves I changed color. It was supposed to be every 5 inches, but I messed up because I originally thought it was supposed to be 4 inches, as it should have been 5, but I had done this section shorter. So actually I don't even know. This might be 5 inches, and then this might be 6 inches, because I just wanted to do the solid color cuff. This big garter band cuff. So I think this part is not in the pattern. You're supposed to switch and do a shorter cuff. Switch needle sizes, go down a needle size. I never seem to do that. It's just the case is the needle tips are so far away. Oh boy, I'm sitting on my foot and it's asleep. Well, I'm too short now. Okay, I'm fine. I'll suffer through. Okay. So I did both sleeves, and now I am working on the body, and I am so close to being done. I'm managing to work on this a little bit every day. I'm halfway through the gray, and for the body I'm doing 17 garter ridges on the band, 17 garter ridges for each stripe. So I'm halfway through the gray, and then I was going to dig out my skein, but I can't find it. The gray, and I'm debating on whether or not to do, like this is 15 ridges for the cuffs, and it's 17. I might do just the whole bottom band in garter, or not. Those are my two options. And I also don't know if I want to make this longer. I don't know. Like, I'm sure when this is on, and then I'll decide from there. I don't know. This hopefully will be done soon. I want it done. I want it off the needle set because I have something else I want to cast on with these needle tips. I don't have a lot of needles, so, which I'm happy about because I don't want a lot of needles, but at the same time I want to cast on other things. So don't want another lot of needles? Yeah, kind of do. Doesn't matter. Okay. So the last work in progress, I have not touched in weeks, if not a month. It's at the bottom of my basket here, and I'm looking for it. Here it is. Okay, this is the Find My Way sweater by Tristan Molina of Dragonheart Yarn, also half of the Girls in the Young Cafe podcast. If I hold it up the right way. Okay. First, let's talk about how beautiful it is. Oh, I love garter ridges, garter stitch. And actually, I really kind of like working in the round. I like that purl round. I like how it looks. Like when you have all these knit stitches, the perfect V's, and then you just put a purl in. I don't know, I really like that look. So, I love this. I do. I love the cable. I love how simple the cable is. Like, you look at it, you think, oh, it's gotta be complicated. It's so easy. It's so easy. I love it. And it's got these columns of cables that hopefully you can see. So I'm knitting this on a US size 7. That's one thing. I think the pattern is supposed to be knit very loosely. The gauge is actually the same as the Harvest cardigan, I believe. Like when I was, because I cast these on at the same time. I'm pretty sure they were the same gauge, or at least very close. But it's knit with DK. So I tried to get gauge for this. I would have had to use at least a size 10, possibly a size 11, and that would have been way too loose for fabric. So I just tried the gauge with these needles, the US size 7s, and worked out the math and just picked the size that would give me the size I wanted. I picked the stitch count that would give me the size I wanted for my gauge. A lot easier than it is to explain. That's the only change I made. Otherwise, I followed the pattern exactly. The repeat is so easy. Really, you do it once, you got it. You don't have to look at the pattern again. I believe I'm almost ready to separate from my back and front, because this is a bottom-up sweater. Started down here, worked my way up. But I really do love this. It just, I don't know why I put it down. I think I just was tired of, because it's a lot of knitting. A lot. I think it's 18 inches in the pattern. Technology will cooperate. It's just a lot of knitting, and I think I was just tired. I believe I'm literally like maybe half an inch away from separating. But then you gotta, purl these cable stitches, which isn't bad. It's just, I gotta look at the pattern and make sure I don't miss any shaping or whatever. But I'll get back to it. This is gonna be a Christmas gift, so there's no hurry with it, other than that I want these needles back. So this is the problem with having only one set of needles. I mean, I could conceivably take them off because they're interchangeable, but I don't know. Oh, the yarn. If I reach into my bin, oh look, that's the skein I need for the harvest. This is the yarn. It's Baby Bee Sweet Delight in the flannel marled colorway. So that's that. So I have to get back to it. Oh, I do have another work in progress. Totally forgot about it. Okay. I've got to find my yarn. Find my way, find my yarn. I'll disappear for a second, sorry. Okay. Putting that in there. Trying to clean up as we go, so there's not a mess. There's always a mess, but well, it's not always a mess. Unless I decide I want it to be. Okay, last work in progress. And I'll talk about this bag again in a minute. Last work in progress is the scraps actually from my shrug over here. Have some scraps left over and knitting a waffle of violet waffle, blue waffle, that waffle pattern, beanie. I'm not following the pattern, just doing that stitch pattern. I was actually working on this yesterday while in class. I'm still paying attention, I promise. These are also US size 7. These are the ones I was using to knit my pinwheel scrap blanket. These are the tips I was using until I replaced them. I'm almost done with this. I actually have another ball of the scraps to finish it, because I'm gonna finish it. Words. Okay, last work in progress. That's it. It's not. I have the shawl. Also have another scrap project from, I decided not to do the pinwheel scrap blanket with the fingering yarn, so I did something else with it, something smaller. I'll just show that a different time. But I did sewing, as you might be able to tell from the beautiful little bag here. I was inspired by the Blue Mouse, I think Emily from the Blue Mouse. She's Blue Mouse Knits on, I think she just might be the Blue Mouse on Instagram, but she has a podcast, Blue Mouse. Again, it might be knits, it might not be. I'm horrible with words, with names, but words do. And she was talking about how, she has a sewing spot now. She can go and sew, and I have a sewing spot that I set up so I could go and sew, and never went to go sew. So I was inspired, so I decided to go sew, but I looked up how to do drawstring bags, because I have a problem with zippers. I don't have a problem with zippers. I like zippers, but I wanted to learn how to do drawstrings the proper way, because I've tried several times and keep messing it up. So I found a very good video on how to do drawstring bags. It was a tutorial for this bag here, and I actually printed out the template. I was good. I printed out the pattern and cut everything, and it's just this beautiful small bag, and it's got this front pocket, and the drawstring is actually not correct, but that's my fault. You're supposed to wind the ribbon through twice. I only did it once because I thought I didn't need to, waste ribbon by doing it twice. That does not work. It's not closed like that. To close it like this, I mean, it closes, but not like, that perfect, cinch it up and it just closes perfectly. So I can do that, or not, whatever. But it's this very pretty fabric. It is this linen fabric, and it's really good. And the way with box bottoms, you know how to do box bottoms? I decided to try the method where you literally just cut the square out before you even sew anything, and then you pinch it together. I thought I shouldn't do that method because it's not accurate, but it's worked so well for me. Like, look, I don't know if you'll be able to see the seam, but it matches almost perfectly. Actually, this bag doesn't have corners at the bottom because the pattern just had you cut it in straight, so you didn't have to sew the seam. But like the top, I'll show you on other bags because I did not just sew this bag. Oh no, I sewed 2 drawstring bags. 2, and it's got yarn on it. 2 drawstring bags. So this one's the exact same fabric as this one, just no pocket or anything. And the box bottom, look, it's like so close, like it's almost perfect. Almost. It's like a centimeter off. And you probably can't see it. Maybe you can. Not so much that someone's gonna notice, like, oh my goodness, that's so far off. And even the inside, my lining, no matter which one I do first, always seems to be, actually no, it's not on this one. It's not on this one. But in the past, my lining box bottoms were always like perfectly matching, as on the outside it was like so far off. So this is one drawstring bag, and the drawstring actually cinches up. This ribbon is very stretchy, like it's elastic ribbon. You see, so it doesn't cinch up as perfectly. But it's a drawstring bag. It's so nice. I love it. And I love when the box bottom's folded down and it just looks all pretty. I love this print. It's just so pretty. You can see like the specks of gold, the gold polka dots. Or is it gold polka dots? Yeah, the gold and the white. It's so nice. I love it. And then my second one is Winnie the Pooh. I bought some of this fabric around Christmas time last year, and I had some leftovers, and so I made Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, this side's very close with the box bottom. This side not so much. No, we're still good. Keep an eye on the time. 6:20. Okay, we're almost done. And actually, I got some tape measure ribbon, so you always have a ruler with you. I love that. I love that. I was so happy to find that. And this, my drawstring channel is very thin here, so it doesn't cinch quite as, it's not that perfect pull and cinch. But this is such an improvement from where I was. That's all that matters. Just take the tiny victories. Actually, it does. It does. You just have to pull. You just have to pull. I wanted to pull and cinch. You just have to pull. Whatever. But I'm so proud. And then I sewed one more thing, and because I didn't want to give up on my zippers, I sewed this. Oh, I actually sewed another thing, but it's upstairs. It's a scrappy pillow. It's so nice. I'm so proud of it. Hopefully this will be more regular. I'll show it next time. It's so nice. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud. I can sew. But this is also scrappy. These 2 pieces were quarters, fat quarters are they called? You know, like you can buy a stack of pre-cut squares. These are some scraps, and I just sewed them together. Made a pouch, and clothes are inverted. It's got a gray zipper with, I keep forgetting when I do my top stitch, you can see it clear on this side, to change my tension, because it's kind of close together. And if I change my tension, it'll look, I think, more decorative. I keep forgetting, not the tension, the width of the stitches. I keep forgetting to change that. I don't realize I'm halfway through the seam. I'm like, oh well, not fixing that. And then the inside's just this nice white. All the insides are white. White goes with everything. So yeah, it's just a nice pouch. Haven't really put anything on them yet because I'm kind of in the stage of, you know, when you finish something and you're really proud of it, you just kind of make sure you can see it, touch it. Now, I'll shove some projects in here and all that. Okay, so that is it. Yes, that is it. Yeah, that's it. So like I said, hopefully this will be more regular. Maybe, possibly, who knows. I was also thinking, like right now it's just the Knitter's Notebook podcast. I was also thinking maybe I might change that name, but I don't know yet. I keep meaning to think about it. But you know, it's just so hard. Whatever. I'm just nothing now. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Happy knitting. And I think thumb is over the camera. This is hard.